This season of Beyond the Brand is brought to you by Leader. For more information, visit leader.co. Our next guest is a storyteller and an educator who is weaving together ancient wisdom and modern wellness. She's the heart behind Turtle Island Tales, a program designed to foster resilience, health, and a deep connection to the earth and our children. By sharing the rich traditions of Turtle Island, she's helping the next generation find their strength and their story. Please welcome Alexandra Adams. And Alex, for those who might not be familiar, can you explain the significance of the name Turtle Island?
Of course. So Turtle Island is the name of the North American continent that is given by many of the indigenous peoples of that area. And so it is based in a native legend. But also, if you take a look and put a turtle on top of the way the continent looks, it looks like a turtle. So it's Turtle Island.
So what led you to create Turtle Island Tales?
So I've been working as a physician and a researcher for over 28 years with Native American communities in the U.S. and had created a beautiful family wellness program that we did with multiple clinical trials showing some efficacy in terms of improving wellness for children and their families. And then when I moved to Montana from Wisconsin, where I had been for many years working at the medical school there, I sat down with a bunch of lovely Native grandmas and we decided to really rebrand the program so that we could do a better job of disseminating it. And they wanted the name Turtle Island, and it was called Turtle Island Tales because they wanted to really make sure that we were telling stories from indigenous communities as well as along with the wellness materials that we were doing.
Now, it's not just about the stories, it's about 7 generations of wellness. Can you explain that?
Right. So in many Native communities, there's a really important concept of looking 7 generations back for health and wellness, and also thinking about the next 7 generations. So particularly thinking about what are the things we need to do to be good ancestors for our future 7 generations.
You use a lot of sensory tools like wellness boxes. How does engaging a child's senses help them connect more deeply to the lessons of the earth?
So a lot of children, especially children these days, are very disconnected from the earth. They're very much stuck on screens. They have difficulty with sleep, and a lot of the kids that are on the spectrum or have had trauma have a lot of sensory issues, so may be more sensitive to things like light and sound or touch or taste. And so one of the things that we do, particularly in our films, is try and teach some of those things in a very subtle way to the parents as we're entertaining with the films. When we send and you call them boxes, but we send these packets of wellness materials into the home, either through the school setting or direct mail, usually through the school setting recently. Those have wellness materials in them, both to educate the parents about the particular topic, as well as have things in there for the children, like a book that is about the topic, say, eating fruits and vegetables or getting more sleep or other kinds of wellness.
What has been the response thus far?
So we have reached over 1,000 children thus far, which is really great. We're in 9 different communities right now, multiple classrooms as well. We've had the teachers have really latched onto the program as well as the parents and the kids and have wanted to bring it to the classroom. So right now we're doing classroom adaptation so that it can be taught in the classroom as well. And one of the things that's been the most fun is, I don't know if you knew that I created a character, and this is the little guy. His name is Igmu, and he's a bobcat puppet. And the big one that I puppet is big in the films, but this is one that all the children get. And that helps connect them to a character that they can then connect to those wellness teachings. And so the teachers, some of them have been super creative in bringing him into the classroom and having him try new foods or taking him on field trips. And the films are a lovely grandmother, Darnell rides at the door, who's a Blackfoot elder, will do the teachings while she's working to teach her grandson the bobcat puppet.
What do the parents think when they see their kids kind of get this and they move away from the screens and they're actually paying attention to the storytelling?
So one of the things we've heard from a lot of the parents is that they didn't know that there were books that actually talked about healthy behaviors and that would engage the kids. They didn't know that they could read those to their kids at bedtime. That's been a really big piece of what we've done, is really trying to increase health literacy. So that bedtime reading is really important, and important family time. And we model that in the films as well, the really short 5-minute films on our site. And I think there's also been some parents that have made some really big lifestyle changes, in terms of changing their own eating habits, family eating habits, spending more time as a family, doing activities that we promote, but also then they'll come up with creative things themselves.
Have you seen a universal language of storytelling that kind of helps bridge the gaps between different backgrounds?
So every community that we work with has their own particular stories that they tell at certain times of the year that are sacred stories, but the stories that we're using and that we're telling are more I'd say generic, more for all types of children. And so that it has a much more broad appeal. And if the communities want to bring in their own language, their own traditions, their own stories, then they are also inserting those into the materials that go to the family homes. And that is separate from what we send to the communities so that they can customize it for each community.
Now, if a parent or an educator that is watching this and they want to bring the spirit of Turtle Island into their home or their classroom, where's the best place for them to start?
So the best place to start is probably our website, which is turtleislandtales.org, because it has 4 of the 7 grandfather teaching films on there. And soon, by the midsummer or so, it will have all 7 of the 7 grandfather teaching films on there. And that's the best place to start, and you can contact us through there. We also have a newsletter that comes out from there, and we also have an Instagram site that's Turtle Island Tales. So those are places to get recipes and games for kids. The wellness lessons that we're currently adapting for the classroom, you'd have to contact us directly to get.
How does a strong sense of cultural identity build emotional resilience in a child?
So what I've seen is that the sense of connection to their families, to their community, and particularly to culturally and to the natural world makes a huge difference in how safe the child feels, how much they feel a sense of belonging, and just a sense of sort of that they're loved and that they're part of something bigger and that they can just feel much more secure.
If folks want more information on Turtle Island Tales, tell people where they can go again.
So it's Turtle Island Tales, Tales, like not like a tail, but like TALES.org is our website. And you'll find us there and can contact us through there.
Alex, thanks so much for your time and best of luck with what you're doing. And hopefully Turtle Island Tales will be in a lot more schools coming up.
Yes, we're hoping. Igmu's been a very popular character, so we're hoping to continue with that.
Sounds like it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Yeah. And we'll be back with more BizTV right after this.